Everyone's talking about AI agencies right now. You've probably seen videos claiming people making like $10,000 per client, $50,000 a month, or even six figures using AI automation. And honestly, some of those numbers are real. There are absolutely people making serious money helping businesses implement AI systems. But the way it's usually explained online and it's extremely misleading because most creators make it sound like you can just learn a few AI tools, you can outsource everything, and suddenly run a huge business with no effort. That's not reality. Now, I do think AI agencies are one of the biggest online business opportunities right now, probably bigger than most people realize, but the opportunity is not where beginners think it is. Most people think the value comes from doing AI. Well, it doesn't. The value actually comes from solving expensive business problems. AI is just the tool that helps you solve those problems faster. And that's the real shift you need to understand. And honestly, once you understand that, the whole business model starts making a lot more sense because businesses do not care about AI itself. They care about getting more customers or saving time or reducing labor, increasing sales, and of course, improving efficiency. That's what they pay for. Now, one thing I actually agree with a lot of people online is the idea of arbitrage. But I think people misunderstand what arbitrage really means in this context. It's not doing nothing. It's coordinating solutions. That's a huge difference. A lot of agency owners are not personally building every system themselves. Instead, they find clients, they identify problems, they coordinate fulfillment, and then they manage delivery. That model already existed long before AI. Marketing agencies have operated this way for years. The difference now is that AI dramatically increases what a small team can deliver. Now, one of the smartest things beginners can do is stop trying to become the world's greatest AI developer overnight. That's another huge mistake. People spend months watching tutorials, learning coding frameworks, and trying to become hyper-technical before even talking to a single client. Meanwhile, businesses are sitting there right now with obvious operational problems they would happily pay to solve. That's why I think business understanding matters more than technical mastery at the beginning. For example, you can look at industries like roofing or HVAC or real estate, law firms, accounting, dental clinics. Most of these businesses still operate very inefficiently. You can use Google Maps to search for these around your area, right? What happens is that leads fall through cracks. Follow-ups are inconsistent for them. Appointment booking is messy. Customer communication is slow. Sales processes are outdated. And honestly, many business owners are overwhelmed. They hear AI is changing everything, but they have no idea where to start. And that confusion itself creates opportunity. Businesses care most about money problems. If you help a business to generate more leads or book more appointments, and close more sales, they immediately understand the value. That's their language. That's why AI agencies focused on revenue systems usually scale faster than agencies selling vague AI automation. Nobody wakes up wanting, oh, I want some AI today, right? But they absolutely want more customers. They absolutely want better conversion rates and less wasted time. Now, let's talk about the actual systems, because this is where AI becomes genuinely powerful. A few years ago, businesses needed receptionists, they needed appointment setters, they needed manual follow-up systems, copywriters, ad creatives, and some multiple software tools. Now, AI can handle large parts of those workflows. For example, AI-generated ads, AI appointment callers, AI lead qualification. You get the point. And honestly, this is why the opportunity feels so big right now. People on Fiverr are getting some work here, and that's not the best way to get work, right? The best way is to reach out yourself. One person can coordinate systems that previously required multiple employees. And this is really good, but again, this doesn't mean easy money, because here's the part online gurus skip. You still need clients. And getting clients is still the hardest part for most beginners. Now, one thing I noticed is that a lot of beginners think, if I learn enough AI, clients will appear. Well, that never happens. Businesses do not magically discover you because you watched AI tutorials. You still need outreach. You need positioning. You need trust. You need communication skills. That's why niche selection matters so much. And honestly, niching down is probably one of the smartest things you can do early on. If you target roofers one week, dentists the next, and real estate agents after that, everything becomes harder. Your messaging becomes weaker. Your systems become inconsistent. Your case studies become less relevant. But if you focus deeply on one niche, patterns appear much faster. You get more experience with it. You start understanding common pain points, common objections, common workflows within that niche, and of course, common opportunities. That's where agencies actually become efficient. Now let's talk about outsourcing, because this is another area where people become unrealistic. Yes, outsourcing fulfillment can work extremely well. Platforms like Fiverr or Upwork absolutely allow agencies to find developers, media buyers, AI builders, automation specialists. But beginners often misunderstand this too. Hiring freelancers does not magically remove responsibility. You still need quality control. You still need communication. You still need management and understanding the final outcome. Because if you don't understand the systems at all, you won't even know whether the freelancer is doing good work. That's why I think beginners should understand the fundamentals before aggressively outsourcing everything. You don't necessarily need to personally build every AI workflow forever, but you should understand what the client actually wants, what they need, how the system works, and how results are measured. Now, one thing I do agree with strongly is the low overhead advantage of AI agencies compared to some traditional businesses. That's one of the reasons this model is attractive. You don't need inventory, you don't need office leases, you don't need restaurants, warehouses. Most of the businesses operate digitally, right? And honestly, that lowers the risk massively compared to some traditional business models. But lower overhead does not mean zero effort. The real investment becomes time, learning, outreach, sales, and system building. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where many beginners undervalue themselves. Businesses do not care how long something takes you. They care about results. If your system helps generate more leads, more appointments, or more revenue, the business often views it as an investment rather than a cost. That's why high-ticket agency pricing exists in the first place. Now, obviously, beginners should not immediately pretend they run a giant enterprise with no experience, but understanding value-based pricing is important. If your system helps a business generate $50,000 or $100,000, paying several $1,000s for implementation becomes completely reasonable from their perspective. Now, here's another important thing people ignore: retention. Getting clients matters. Keeping clients matters even more, and this is where results become everything. A lot of AI agencies will fail because they overpromise unrealistic outcomes. Businesses do not care about hype. They care about measurable improvements. That's why simpler offers often work better. Instead of trying to revolutionize businesses with AI, you just focus on one specific problem, one expensive bottleneck clearly. For example, you can improve missed call follow-up or reduce no-shows, improve lead response speed. Specificity sells much better than vague AI promises. Now, I also want to be realistic about timelines here, because this is another huge problem in this space. Most creators online show the upside without showing the learning curve. In reality, your first months will probably involve confusion, some bad outreach, a lot of no's, some failed offers, some awkward sales calls, and some messy systems, and that's completely normal. Most successful agency owners improved through repetition, not because they instantly understood everything. And honestly, I think this is why many people quit too early. They expect fast results because the business model sounds easy online, but agencies, AI agencies, are still businesses. That means client communication, operations, fulfillment, troubleshooting, and constant adaptation. Now, over time, if you stay consistent, something important happens. You stop selling random services and start building reusable systems. And honestly, this is where things become really powerful, because eventually your onboarding becomes repeatable, your workflows become repeatable, your outreach becomes repeatable. That's how agencies scale, not through magic, just through systems. And AI dramatically speeds up system creation compared to a few years ago. So if I had to summarize real opportunity with AI agencies is this: yes, AI agencies are a massive opportunity right now. Yes, businesses genuinely need help adapting to AI. And yes, outsourcing and automation can create very high margins. But the people who actually succeed are usually not obsessed with AI itself. They're obsessed with solving business problems. That's the real game. Not flashy automation demos, not easy money, not pretending to be a tech genius, just helping businesses. Help them make more money or save time, operate more efficiently, but to do that, you need to understand their business. That is your niche. And honestly, that's why probably this is the best opportunity right now on the internet, because businesses will always pay for results. They will always do that, no matter the price. They look at it as an investment. So yeah, go around your area, see what you can improve within your niche, something that interests you, and just go and do the outreach. Wish you good luck, and I'll catch you next time.